Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy have gifted us something truly special for Christmas in the past few days. Delicious MAGA infighting. Somehow these two geniuses didn't realize that the political movement calling for mass deportations might not take too kindly to the thought of importing thousands of Indians. Who could have guessed? The tweet that really set them off is from our boy Vivek, which is just so tone-deaf that you have to wonder how someone with so little self-awareness has garnered so much influence and wealth in the most prosperous country in the world. And I'm going to go over a few more tweets, see how Elon has just completely spurged out over this whole situation. It's really quite glorious to see. So this tweet. So basically, Elon floated the idea of getting a bunch of H1B visas for things like AI, and basically the argument goes something like, with the AI developments coming up and new technology wars with China, we're going to need to import the best of the best from across all the countries, which I understand. I think that's a good argument, but we're dealing with MAGA here, and they are racist. It is not all of them, but a lot of them. And they want a white country, so importing a bunch of Indians and Chinese just isn't really up their alley. And so there was a lot of backlash to that, and so Vivek decided to drop this just banger of a tweet. He says, "The reason top tech companies often hire foreign-born and first-generation engineers over Native Americans isn't because of an innate American IQ deficit, a lazy and wrong explanation. A key part of it comes down to the C word, culture. Tough questions demand tough answers, and if we're really serious about fixing the problem, we have to confront the truth." Okay. Our American culture has venerated mediocrity over excellence for way too long, at least since the 90s and likely longer. That doesn't start in college, it starts young. A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers. I think he's right on this. I have no problems with his argument so far. A culture that venerates Corey from Boy Meets World, or Zack and Slater over Screech and Saved by the Bell, or Stefan over Steve Urkel in Family Matters will not produce the best engineers. Fact, I know multiple sets of immigrant parents in the 90s who actively limited how much their kids could watch those TV shows precisely because they promoted mediocrity, and their kids went on to become wildly successful STEM graduates. More movies like Whiplash. Okay, that's a weird point. Anyone that has seen the movie Whiplash knows that. I mean, you can take the message from it that it's all about like grinding and doing whatever you can to succeed, but there's also the message that like too much grinding and too much like will to succeed can lead to dramatic outcomes. Great movie, good on him for shouting it out. Fewer reruns of Friends, more math tutoring, fewer sleepovers. Okay, that's stupid. More weekend science competitions, fewer Saturday morning cartoons, more books, less TV, more creating, less chilling, more extracurriculars, less hanging out at the mall. Why is he's just shitting on American culture right now? Like, implying we don't do any of these things. Most normal American parents look skeptically at those kind of parents. More normal American kids view those kinds of kids with scorn. If you grow up aspiring to normalcy is what you will achieve. Now close your eyes and visualize which families you knew in the 90s or even now who raise their kids according to one model versus the other. Be brutally honest. Normalcy doesn't cut it in a hyper-competitive global market for technical talent, and if we pretend like it does, we'll have our asses handed to us by China. This can be our Sputnik moment. We're awakened from slumber before, and we can do it again. Trump's election hopefully marks the beginning of a new golden era in America, but only if our culture fully wakes up. A culture that once again prioritizes achievement over normalcy, excellence over mediocrity, nerdiness over conformity, hard work over laziness. That's the work we have cut out for us, rather than wallowing in victimhood and just wishing or legislating alternative hiring practices into existence. I'm confident we can do it. American flag, American flag. He has to signal that he loves the American flag at the end there because he just spent like a long ass tweet shitting on American culture. And he has the MAGA, he's on the MAGA team. Honestly, that was a lot less objectionable than I first thought when I first read it. But MAGA is a very emotional group, and as you can see, this tweet did numbers, 82.5 million views. And it's basically got people saying like, well, if Indians are so good at all these things that you're saying that we need them for, why is India like that and America's like this? They're basically shitting on his country because he is attacking American culture a bit. Which, I mean, I don't really even disagree with a lot of his complaints, but I do disagree with... I don't know if our culture needs to become more like China. It seems kind of miserable there. I mean, as an American, I am very happy here. I know China is doing really good economically, and they're going to be a powerhouse, but just the whole like grind, like I'm pretty decent at school, but the whole like grind culture they have in China just seems really draining and soul crushing. One of the funniest responses I've seen to this tweet is this one. They use this picture that every white nationalist uses to describe the good old days of America, where the football jock used to get the hot cheerleader, and it's very funny. This guy said, "How does this make you feel?" At Vivek Ramaswamy. He thinks he's like crying over this. I mean, he was saying like the jock, we need to let go of idolizing them, and the cheerleader, we gotta idolize the math Olympiad. You know, as a fellow nerd, I'm okay with that. If we want to go the route of just hyping up the smart kids and shitting on the sporty kids, I'm cool with that. I mean, Elon really started spurging. If you guys know Laura Loomer, she's like a journalist and she's close to Trump. There were rumors that they were banging a while ago. I don't know how true those were. But basically, Elon said that Laura Loomer was trolling because she was basically calling out Elon, saying, "No, we don't want the Indians. Those jobs are for Americans." And so he said, "Loomer is trolling for attention. Ignore." And she did not respond like he probably anticipated. Honestly, this is a banger tweet by Laura. I'm not even gonna lie. She says, "Telling the truth isn't trolling. Read the room, Elon Musk. You bought your way into MAGA 5 minutes ago after Trump almost had his head blown off in Butler. Remember when you voted for Biden and propped up Governor Ron DeSantis and you said Trump was too old? We all know you only donated your money so you could influence immigration policy and protect your buddy Xi Jinping. You pretend like you've made such a sacrifice and investment donating to Trump and buying X, but you've only increased your own wealth and the wealth of your companies by practically invading Mar-a-Lago while trying to become Trump's side piece. Isn't that why you wanted so much hands-on control over the spending bill and direct communication with Speaker Johnson? I've been here supporting Trump with the millions of other patriots and MAGA since the beginning, so I actually understand the campaign promises that President Trump campaigned on. He campaigned on limiting H1B visas and decreasing immigration. Donald Trump won because of the forgotten men and women of America, not because of the tech billionaires who cheered on when he was deplatformed and jailed and attacked nonstop over the last 8 years. He didn't win because of tech billionaires like you who want to buy influence to jeopardize our national security by selling out to China and replacing American workers with foreigners who have disdain for white Americans. P.S. You aren't president. Trump is. As he already has a beautiful wife, I'm not sure what role you're trying to fill, but we voted for Trump, not you. Maybe others are too afraid to talk to you like this, but I'm not. Did I get your attention, Elon Musk? Damn. She is not happy over this whole situation. I don't think she took being called a troll very nicely, which, I mean, I get. She has a reputation, she wants to uphold, and he was basically just saying she's a loser, and he's very influential, so I get why she's hostile towards him. So, and then Elon kind of tried to cope, and he was basically saying, I mean, and this is like the best argument for, if you're in a MAGA group and they don't really want immigration, this is a really good explanation for like why some immigration can be good. It says, maybe this is a helpful clarification. I'm referring to bringing in via legal immigration the top 0.1% of engineering talent as being essential for America to keep winning. This is like bringing in the Jokic or Wembys of the world to help your whole team, which is mostly Americans, win the NBA. Thinking of America as a pro sports team that has been winning for a long time and wants to keep winning is the right mental construct. Okay. But honestly, I think Laura got a dunk on him. She said, hey, Elon Musk, so you're telling me that 70K per year entry-level jobs are 1.1% level of talent? So basically what she did is she went to Tesla and looked at the H1B salary database, and she basically could see she like ordered it by lowest. So basically Elon's saying, I only want to take the 0.1% of the best, which would basically be like they'd be working on really like really cutting edge projects, and they would be getting paid like at least 100,000, 200,000, probably around there, like 200, 250,000. And so she basically went to Tesla and she looked at what the H1B salaries are getting paid there, the people who have H1Bs, what their salaries are. And as you can see, it is a lot of like not that high, like 70K, 80K, 90K, like this is not 0.1% jobs. Like this is like top 10% jobs. And as someone who is getting a comp sci degree, the market is not great. So if we're going to import a bunch of H1B people to work these jobs, like, I mean, I get like the frustration. Like if I have to end up working in that field, I don't want to have to compete with a bunch of immigrants that will probably work for cheaper for these type of jobs. And yeah, it's just I really think she kind of owned him here. I'm like, he's trying to cope and say, oh, we're just gonna get the best of the best, but she's showing like, no, you're getting like the normies for what the H1B is. Like, you're not just getting the like elite, like smartest people in the world type beat, which is what he was trying to say. And I think that this dunk, along with the other dunk, is why Elon Musk removed her blue check mark on X. Remember, this is the free speech app, which, you know, it's true to some extent. I've argued with my friends about this. He is actually doing much more for free speech than a lot of other social media companies. He allows a lot of stuff that other companies don't allow. But through things like this, just shows that how true is that really? Like, she criticized him, and now she can't have a blue check mark. She can't be subscribed. Her reach is going to be limited. She can't get subscriptions on Twitter, so she can't make income. It's kind of embarrassing for Elon. Like, don't say you're the free speech guy if you're going to do shit like this, in my opinion. It's not like she said anything violent or like hateful. Like, she was just critiquing his policies, and he said no more blue check mark, which it's embarrassing, Elon. It's bitch made. And yeah, that's kind of the whole story of the MAGA Civil War. If you like this video, like, subscribe. Have a good one.